Think back to a time in your life. Think about the hardships. Think about not even just the bad times, but think about the good times, and you weigh it all up. And when you ain't able to embrace things that you went through, and then you get to see, or you kind of know, the things you was protected from. And that's a beautiful feeling. I could talk about the goodness of God all day. I remember one time I first went in and I had prayed. I was like, I didn't really know nothing about praying. You know, you'll hear about trust God. And like, yeah, okay, man, Jesus is the way. And I wasn't one of them. I did go to church, you know, with my granny and mom when I was little, and probably since I was about 10. That stopped. So I can't say I grew up in church. Like it's other people, like I can say they grew up in church. But I can remember praying. I said, God, I don't know these people, man. I ain't really trying to be down here on nothing silly with people that I don't know. Now, mind you, we just fresh out the streets, and it was, we did what we did, but I was still amongst strangers. I was a wolf amongst wolves, but I was also a sheep amongst wolves. You know, and I can remember praying. I don't want to get into no trouble. Not to mention, I don't know how these dudes will hold up. Okay, so I ended up getting a call down, and they was like, "You leaving for court?" Fresh in, I knew I didn't have a court date, but like maybe something else come up. I get all the way. They try to bring me back from Nashville from West Tennessee, and they bring me back to Nashville, and then from there they take me home, you know. And I get to the courthouse, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "Oh, we ain't even got you on the docket." I'm like, "What?" I said, "We ain't even got you on the docket." I'm like, man, they wasting my time. I'm just now in here. And of course, you know what I'm saying? I had run across, then met a few people at this time, you know what I'm saying? Everything had been straight. Of course, they open up they check the file on me. Okay, let's see what's going on with them. He cool. Man, I'm trying to get acclimated to the system. So it's like, get me on back. I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they send me back after a week, and I get back, and I'm like, man, where I'm going? So I'm in intake, and and dude said, "You going to Unit 11?" I'm like, "Nah, send me back to 9." And somebody hollered, "Who is that down there?" I'm like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Oh, this Dip." And they were like, "Hey, folk, where you been at?" I'm like, "Oh, I've been to court. What's going on?" He said, "You ain't heard what happened to bruh now?" I'm like, "Nah." He was like, "When you go to court?" I was like, "I left Monday." He said, "Oh, Monday?" They woke up Monday morning, you know what I'm saying, smashed the police. Like, what? They were like, yeah, everybody crashed out. Whole unit. They smashed the police. I'm like, man. So I kind of sit back, and on my way to Unit 11, I ain't going to say it was a tap on the shoulder, but it was like, see? You asked me to protect you. You asked me to keep you out of trouble. And then it hit me. So just to keep me safe, you gave me a court date It wasn't a court date, but it was a way for you to get me away from the whole system because of what was finna happen. And that's why I started off the conversation with reflection. This is more about God's love. It's a story of where I was at, but it was the beginning of God showing me who I am to you and what I am. And not only that, I wasn't in no certain type of posture. I wasn't reading his word. I wasn't studying. I'd read, but I'm saying like I wasn't studying the way I grew to. I wasn't back and forth to church, and he was moving. And I was able to see his love. I was able to see his love from the beginning, you know. Not just, you know, in the middle, not just, oh, after you done gave your life away and oh, you did this and oh, you did that. No, he showed me from the beginning. I'm with you. He showed me from the beginning while I was smoking, taking pills, still connected, and then even being connected because I had a kind of sour taste in my mouth because, you know, I had some guys, you know, they sat down on me. We on the griddle and things didn't hold up. And then dudes on the outside, they didn't hold up their end of the bargain. But that's something for another story. But what I'm here to tell you is God's love exceeds any expectation you can have. I'm talking about if you draw nigh to him, he'll draw nigh to you. And he showed me that in his word long before I saw it in his word. So by the time I got to it in his word, I already knew that. And that was the beauty of the situation. So I'm here to encourage y'all and say, if you got a blunt in your hand, if you drinking, you got some coke on your nose, you just out chilling and ain't really doing nothing, cry out to God. In trouble, not in trouble, whether you think you may need him, don't need him, extremely need him, call out to God. Taste and see, because he gave me a chance to taste and see long before I knew the words taste and see that he is good. He was showing me that. And I just want to share that with y'all. And happy Father's Day to all those out there. You know, whether you can be, want to be, or aren't, it's never too late. Reach out. Make amends. Be forgiven. This is the beginning. Sit down with the Don. It's coming soon. But I just want to thank you. Thank you for your time, for your place. I want to thank you for listening. For those of whose hearts have been pricked on today, it ain't me, it's him. I did 17 years in prison. I did 3 years on the run. 20 years of my life flat, encaged in something. You know what I'm saying? Just enraged and caged, like just with anger and hurt. And I'm still peeling off layers of that. But trust and believe you can make it. Trust and believe it can be done. And God really do love you. Like, and sometimes you just got to take a step and be like, I'm just going to do this on faith. And I'm going to do that on faith. And I'm going to read on faith. And I'm going to pray on faith. I may not see it, but he's there. I may not have come into it. It may not have come to fruition, but he's there. And you can continue to move in that. Y'all be safe out there.